Yeah, I thought he cut out for there for a second. I was like, hmm.
Yeah, I'm just dropping the whole the streaming approach to it. Fuck it, I'm done at this point. So
Noted.
I don't know what the problem is. I don't know why this happens randomly some nights. My internet has been fucking absolute trash for the last month anyway. It's been doing this weird, annoying, dropping shit anyway to begin with. So it could be a great number
Likewise.
of problems, and I don't feel like dealing with it tonight. But where did I leave off on that? You were talking about like making your own villains.
That if you were talking about Detroit Human or the anime.
Well, both really. Because I don't even remember where my thought process was. I always like just cut out, and then in my frustration of realizing that I cut out, it's like, where was I going with that?
Yeah, I think you were mentioning this anime show. Actually, could you repeat the name again for me? Because I
Akame ga Kill.
Akame ga Kill. Okay. You were mentioning how killing off certain villains or characters, you get to see the immediate repercussions and impacts of it. And Chris mentioned creating your own villain, I think.
Yeah.
That's where we were, I think.
Yeah, basically. That's all I'm trying to really get to anyway, is that right there. Like, that's the one I'm talking about. You might have seen the fucking... It wasn't even the fucking cover of the anime anyway. Damn it! Never mind. Anyway, so, yeah, Akame ga Kill. It's...
Lol.
My point being is it's not like, oh, cool, well, I killed somebody, that was a bad guy, so it was a totally good thing. It's like, no, you still fucking killed a person. Like, they do a really good job at doing that in that show.
Interesting.
It's
I
gonna
find
be,
that
yes,
in...
to you they were the bad guy, but to somebody else their family.
Exactly.
Right.
Some people are just following orders, and they have a whole character in that show that's an executioner that, like, burned people and shit like that, like mass villages with, like, a fucking flamethrower and shit. And everybody's trying to make him, like, on the enemy's side, by the way, he's an enemy. And they're trying to say, oh, well, you know, you just did it because... And he doesn't make any excuses for anything. He's like, no, there are no excuses for anything that I've done. I've killed a long number of people, and someday I'm going to pay for those sins. And it's just, it's interesting the way that it comes off with the characters, because, like, they know what they're doing is not right, but at the same exact time, it's like, you know, I got a thing that I'm fighting for. At some point, I'm going to wind up atoning for the mistakes that I've made, but until that day, I'm just going to keep having to do this, unfortunately. I made my decision. It's just a very interesting divide of ideals.
Interesting.
Yeah. They always say with story writing, you want to source a kind of a medium to examine conflict through, and that's the reason why a lot of storytellers say you want to focus on building the characters from which you're going to analyze that conflict, and then have the world around them, have them reacting to the world naturally. If you can start with the character and then have the world be the, I guess, the inner lens through which you present a situation, have the character react a certain way. If that character is built well enough, and you can look at both ends of the spectrum, good or bad, or whatever you want to use as your scale, that, I think, leads for meaningful storytelling.
Yeah. No, I feel what you mean there. It's... I don't know, it's not entirely easy, though. It's like one of the things that I definitely found. Like, one of the hardest things, too, with story writing is making a good villain, right?
Mm-hmm.
That is so much harder than a lot of people would initially think, right? That, like, making a good villain with a decent reasoning why they're a villain is not fucking easy.
Yeah.
You got that range, right? You have the villain that is just villainous. It's
Yeah.
just it's what he is, and then it's like flat as a villain, and so the only way that you make that kind of villain memorable is by making him as villainous as you can make him. Like like you don't need the layers there. But you do need to have an impact, and the impact is sometimes seen as just flat. And then you have the villain that is actually multi-textured, and those ones are rough to do because those kinds of villains aren't necessarily villains if you change the point of view. And I think that's what you were trying to get at, where when you have that, that like that way of looking at, or like even as Tree was saying, where if you have that lens where you're trying to use the world to then validate what the actions are of both the hero and the villain, it's the world and the world's reaction to those two characters start to sway which one is good in the context of the world's vision. But you switch the world's vision, and the heroes and the villains change. And those are the complex villains that are very difficult to write. Like if you want to use an example in movies right now, the most recent one, it'd be Thanos, right, in the Avengers, where totally like holy shit, but at the end of the day it's like, I don't know, his theories seem to sort of make sense. He's still crazy, but he's not, he can attain good by killing half of I don't want to get too
That's why
spoiler.
politicians have speechwriters. It's how you spin it.
Yeah, exactly. I find most villains, like, they generally follow like 3 tropes, right? There's the convoluted plot bullshit thing that a lot of, like, they try too hard to try to come up with like a reasoning and a motive behind what they're doing, and unfortunately it just kind of falls flat that way because they thought a little too hard. There's the polar opposite of that, where you feel almost let down when you find out why they are doing the horrible, awful shit that they do. And then there was a third one I was thinking of just a minute ago that I couldn't come up with. Oh, yes. The third one just being that they're just an evil fucking bastard, and there's not even 100% like a reasoning as to why. They're just an evil motherfucker. Like the typical, I just want to end the world kind of thing, like Doomsday villain kind of thing. It's like,
I thought it'd be fun.
Yeah, I just got bored one day, so I ended the world. Why not? Because, I don't know. It's just weird, and a lot of times they try to use, like, I'd say, what's the word? I was trying to, like, turn into a noun, like, the thought process of being a sociopath for it. I couldn't find the fucking word for it, though. But a lot of times they kind of throw that in there.
Mind. I don't know the word for it, but that's
Pretty
basically
much
the concept.
It makes for a lot more realistic of a villain, though. My point is when you do that properly, where from, like, a different front, they have their own reasons for doing things and such, and it's, I don't know, it's not the easiest thing to do, to make it so that you like both sides of a conflict, you know?
To use another comic reference, I mean, Professor X and Magneto are the flip of that. Like in comics, both of those have been portrayed as hero and villain. So it's because it just changes, like in the perception of the events that surround them, change whether or not they're looked up to or frowned upon. And both those characters in the last 2 decades in comics have.
Yeah, no, that was a great character, honestly. Magneto was easily one of my favorite fucking characters / villains ever, right there, probably. So, he was a good dude. Well, not a good dude, but you get my point.
Good dude up here.
He wasn't a good dude, but he was a good dude.
Depends on your point of view.
Alright, so to move the discussion forward just a little bit, too, since we were also still on the whole horror game thing earlier, I was curious, how many of you guys have seen that whole fucking, because there was another boom of popularity with that RE2 remake that I've seen a lot of people talk about. I don't know if they just like released some more fucking footage or something of like the game being made at the moment, though, but have any of you guys been following anything on the RE2 reboot?
I have not, to be honest.
I've heard of it. I mean, that's the last horror game I played, was Resident Evil 2. So,
like the original one? Jeez. Nice.
Yeah, man. What was that, 2002 maybe? Well, I don't know, something like that.
Yeah, it was fucking old, man. I still have it on my PC right now. I played it for a stream forever ago. It works better than most games when I'm trying to record them, I'll say that much. If tonight was no example. Yeah, I don't even know what that whole entire shit was off with.
It's got a 10 out of 10 on GameSpot. I mean, I remember that the game was actually, the story was pretty good. I mean, the experience was good back in the day. I played it on PlayStation, I think. That's what I played it on. But if they're remaking that one, damn. Okay. Yeah, but I'll watch it. I'll watch it get played. I don't know if it was Resident Evil 2 or Silent Hill, but I used to play in like the roommates would like hang out together and they'd watch me play horror games because they thought it was fucking hilarious. But there was one jump scare where I literally put a dent in the drywall because I jumped back so hard. So
Keep here, please.
that's why I was like, I'm done with this bullshit. No, I don't care how drunk you make me. I'm not doing it. I'm not.
Sorry about that if that deafened anybody right there with the fucking ad popping up. I was waiting for that, but I don't think it's going to be that loud. Yeah, apparently it's January of next year is the announced release date for it, though. I don't know if there's, like, pre-order shit for it, but it's coming out for, like, consoles, PC, fucking everything, though. But I will be looking at it for sure when it releases, seeing if it's worth it.
I'm looking at some details there. It's like 1998 was the original. That's insane, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's insane. That would make sense.
Yeah. Honestly, I'm kind of surprised that was 20 years ago. I feel definitely a lot older now.
Oh God, when you say it like that.
If you guys keep talking like that, though, X is gonna school us. Just saying, because he's definitely the oldest one here.
Yes. I was about to say why 1998 made sense to me, and I was like, shut up. Shut up. Like, that would put me in university, so...
Yeah. Oh, that's funny.
Yes. The good old days.
I don't even know what I'm going to do with this video anymore now. I'm like thinking to myself as I'm recording this, and I'm like, you know, what the fuck am I even going to do with this on my channel now? I guess I'm just going to put in 4 nerds talk for the fucking header on it and just see what happens. Put a link to you guys' channel. Cut print.
I'm sorry, but I just blasted myself out of the map in Goat Simulator.
Oh, good job. Goat Simulator is the shit.
Are you just stitching this stuff together there, Silent? Is that what you're gonna do? Like, you got the files, you just at the...
I could. I really could. The thing is, I definitely could. I could, like, trim and cut and everything, though, but I guess it depends on how it looks, and I gotta re-download the files because I didn't record them to my fucking desktop, hard drive, whatever you want to fucking call it at this point, brain no work. So I don't even, like, I'd still need to download them and then fucking edit, and I'm like, eh.
What is it? Oh.
If a stream is bad and it does that cutout shit, because it's not the first time that's happened before, I usually just don't even upload it onto my channel afterwards.
What the fuck? Angel Goat?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you get a halo. You get a halo. There's a devil goat, too. There's also... Oh, God, what? There's a giraffe in there, and they call it something stupid. I think it's tall goat or something.
I'm just screwing around listening, so...
That's basically what you've been doing this whole entire time. You and Jam definitely have been lurking hard.
Oh, hey, no, don't disappoint the Lord. Come on, gotta give it some respect. I will say this: I have a goatee, if that counts.
Oh snap! Somebody get the rim shot.
But oh, wait a
That's
minute.
right.
Oh, damn it! No, I don't have it. Wait, no, I do have access to the Discord on my phone, which has the image. Give me a minute. Hold on, I'm almost done here. I gotta figure it out. I can do this. I can do this. I can't do this. I can't see the chat room. Fuck! Let me throw it onto the Discord then. Wait for it. This is taking a lot longer than it should have. I can do it.
What the fuck?
What are you hunting down there?
I am sending files to me.
Note to self.
Note to self.
That's what you're doing.
I just got a high encoding error for recording a still image. What? All right. I'm gonna just chalk this one up as my computer doesn't want to work. Wow. High encoding. That's like fucking in excess of CPU usage for recording a fucking window, dude. There's no game running on this right now.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Potato mode.
I mean, you have a sound file though, right? The audio is still running?
I can extract it at the very least. The sound will be fine because it's still... I was still recording at the time. Unless for some reason it's not in the video. I don't know. I don't know how that works.
It's been dead the whole time.
Oh, I haven't re-put the stream back up. It's done. The stream's dead. It's been dead for 20 minutes now.
Everything's dead.
Oh, you weren't even capturing to local.
Exactly. I wasn't even fucking streaming, and it's like, oh, high encoding message on the bottom left fucking screen, and I'm dropping frames. I'm like, I am recording a fucking still image right now. What is going on?
I don't know.
Where did it download that fucking image that I had? Oh, jeez.
What the? Uh-oh. Oh.
We should just rename this podcast Technical Issues, Please Stand By.
I literally should just put that image up over everything else, too. Just... Oh, I got a technical difficulties splash screen for specifically that. I've used it in many videos. Jesus Christ, man, by this point, the time that I put the fucking rim shot in here, it's all I wanted to do. Good lord, it's not even gonna be funny anymore. The joke is done. It's dead. Like...
It's been done.
Good lord, that's all I wanted to
But,
do, and that was so much harder than it needed to be. Like...
Jeez, you could have just typed it.
You tried.
You know what? I reached the end goal anyway. I don't care if it took me 10 years to get there, but I got there. So, perseverance at its finest. You're welcome.
Nope. Oh, you bitch.
There you go.
Indeed. Hilariously, our conversations have actually led off over literally all of the topics that I had written down for this first podcast anyway. I have introductions, games we've been playing, current LP stuff. I have horror games and the new RE2 remake. Cry of Fear? ? And favorite genre. And I have another thing in here about, like, fucking children in the Let's Play community topic, but that's, like, way off topic anyway.
I don't
Oh.
think
You
you
ranted
did
about-
touch favorite kid.
Actually, I have a horror-related question. Has anyone played Eternal Darkness? I think, I don't know, Sandy's Requiem is what would go with the subtitle, but Eternal Darkness.
No.
Eternal
Familiar.
Darkness. I feel like I know the game. Oh,
It
it
was
says for
offered free a
GameCube?
couple months ago, to be honest, and I didn't grab it because I was like, horror, no. But
I was like, fuck that shit, I'm out.
OG offered
Or-
that game for a while
no.
there. What's it called? Eternal Darkness?
Yeah, he just put it in there, and I actually saw that just before he put it up, so... I have seen it before. I probably... If I saw the game played, I'd probably be like, oh, that game. I wouldn't be surprised,
God,
but
GameCube.
I don't know.
Yeah, I've never played it either, but what I have heard from someone who's shared some experiences playing it, it really fucks with you. Like, when it comes to the horror, it does not stop with in-game events. It really fucks with the fourth wall.
Oh, God. Oh,
Please
God. Is it... Please tell me it's very I'm scaredy. That'd be amazing if it was, like, fucking with files and shit. It wouldn't, because it's a GameCube game, but that'd be amazing. Very I'm scaredy, where it references the player.
I think it's Eternal Darkness. I don't know what you're on, but I think the game I was shared was Eternal Darkness as far as the accounts. But yeah, it does some pretty creative things with horror. I might give it a spin at some point in the future.
Sounds interesting. It piques my curiosity for sure.
How are you playing that? Do you play? Is it on the Xbox? It's just one of those games that
Oh, what the fuck?
Well, apparently
sorry,
one of
this
the things
is
that
Nintendo?
popped
Oh,
up
it's
when I
Nintendo
was looking
game.
for it, it said Eternal Darkness Remake, so I don't know if there's actually a remake or not. But that was
Huh.
one of the first things that popped up. Oh, people are asking about if it's getting brought back to the Switch, that's why. Well, I don't own a fucking Switch, so...
Yeah, you might. I think it's one of those things you have to play on like emulator. I don't know how
Probably.
stable it's going to be for that one, but
Gotcha.
oh well.
Put that down. Let me check my library.
I think maybe the most recent game I played. I know I'm kind of drawing this back to the horror topic a little bit, but if you guys
all
don't
good.
mind,
That was basically the theme of this anyway. I was going around horror games and shit.
I guess I can talk about a game that has horror elements. I was playing Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines a while back with the unofficial patch plus content with it. If anyone has played VTMB with the plus patch, go to Grout's Mansion and go through the maze area. Have a fun time.
I love that.
Just got that game.
Just
have a fun time. Yeah.
Yeah, it's even better
I
if you
just
get it
got
off
that
of.
game.
Yeah, I mean, it's even better if you get it off of GOG.
I was told when I got it whether to go off Steam and GOG, and they recommended GOG because the patch is already installed, so you don't have to like mess with anything. It's just out of the box, you're good to go. Highly recommended game though, post patch. Like I think it was like it took 7 years. If I got the story right, it's like took 7 years for the fan community to basically finish the game because the company that originally made it like went out of business or something in the tail end, or they rushed it at the end and then they went bankrupt or something. So there were all these bugs and shit, and in the last third of the game, it was just completely mangled. And fans came in and finally completed it essentially for the community, and it's the game that is today, which is a much more elevated experience than what it was at launch, which I think was 2002 or 2004. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to playing that game quite a bit.
Yeah, and I can recommend it, and it is certainly much more playable with its unofficial patches. So, if you are playing with the unofficial patches not installed, I feel kind of sorry for anyone.
I mean, it's true. You can look it up out there. Like they're like, do not do it. Do not even don't entertain it. Yeah, play it all.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think the maze in Grout's Mansion, it's not. I probably wouldn't call it super scary, but when you get to a certain room, you're gonna get ready for some. You're gonna see. I might don't want to spoil it too much, but it's more of those things that's unnerving, more so than that's gonna have like out of the world jump scares. It's one of the things that just makes you feel like unnerved as you go through and notice details in rooms changing when you revisit them.
Oh god.
I have always been a fan more of like the whole psychological end of things. Like honestly, that's why Silent Hill I think was a lot like why people loved the Silent Hill game so much, because like when you think about it, there weren't really that many jump scares in it, and the jump scares that they did have, right? Like I remember one specific jump scare I use for people all the time. It is a beautiful triple whammy. You walk into a locker room, right? And there's a fucking locker that's being banged up against from the inside and shit naturally, so you know there's that usual fucking cliche with horror. You walk up to it and a cat fucking flies out of the damn thing and then runs out of the room, so it's like, alright, cool, well, it's nothing. Then you go back to that same area in like the Nightmare World version of it, because in Silent Hill that happens where you go to like an alternate fucking hellish version of where you are in places, right? And that same shit happens there. Only the second time there's just no cat there. There's nothing in there. And then as you're walking out of the room, something happens to like slam or something like that. I don't fucking remember 100%, but like something happens afterwards. So it's like this triple whammy of fuck you about that room. And it's beautiful.
That's awesome.
If like just little things changed, that would get me, because I would notice like, oh, that's different. Oh god, what's about to happen?
Yes.
Always love that about those games, because it's just that gets to me more so than anything else. I'm that guy that plays horror games and A jump scare can happen. It might get me to jump or something, but more so than anything else, I'm that guy kind of half joking about it, but not really, where I'll be like, oh my god, what are you? The fuck are you? So I'm just like fucking trying to figure out my life while I'm doing things. It is beautiful. It is beautiful when you have no fucking idea what's going on.
I know. That was Silent Hill. Most of the experience of Silent Hill. It's like, I don't want to be doing this. I don't want to be doing this. It's like nothing happens for hours, and you just know, I don't want to be doing this.
It'd be like Dead Space. Don't play Dead Space. I'll tell you that much. You probably would not do very well in Dead Space. There is so much, what's the word I'm looking for? Anxiety, actually, would be the perfect way to explain that. That really should just be called Anxiety Simulator. Like,
my buddy who just fully recommended that game to me. I was like, dude, no. Like, I watched the anime of it. No. Like, I love this.
Oh, I love it too. I'm just saying, it was just, it did something very interesting and genuinely scary versus a lot of games. That was easily, in recent years, the scariest fucking thing I have ever played in my life. Easily. Easily.
He says, nope.
What the fuck?
So what you're saying is that no is what you're saying. Okay,
yeah. For you, yeah, no, but for the average or just the horror game enthusiast, fuck yeah, that's not a thing that you don't play. Because I don't know how well you would deal with it. I think there's a PC port for it, if you guys know.
There's a lot of jump scare. So.
Not even necessarily cheap, but that sound increase with the fucking orchestra playing on your back too, though, every single time that a goddamn body fucking stands up and tries to eat your fucking face off. Yeah, it's fun. You'll be afraid of vents for the rest of your life when you play Dead Space as well. And babies.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
It gets to the point where every time you see a vent, you just walk past it aiming your gun at it. Like, and nothing jumps out, and then you're like,
Then you walk out of the room.
Turn around to keep walking.
Oh god. No.
He gets it. It's so beautiful.
Jeez. Wow.
There were actually boss fights in that were actual boss fights too. So that was great. Fuck the meteor minigame in the first game. That game can go fucking die in a hole. Ugh. Too many death screens when I was trying to do that minigame. It was awful.
Did it start to feel a bit like Dark Souls?
Listen, bitch, I can play Dark Souls and not even get aggravated the whole entire time I'm playing Dark Souls. I don't even fucking care anymore. I won't play the first one anymore, though.
Me.
I won't play the first one anymore. I can play the third one and not give a shit, but... I mean, I have a 3-hour stream where I was playing that with Cameron, and I was going through literally a PvP-centric zone where we were getting our shit stomped in by a bunch of people that were like 10 to 20 levels higher than us, and we were laughing about it the whole time. Like, it was a fun time.
Actually, this is a good point. I was looking through the screenshots for Dead Space, and these tiny little fuckers remind me of the Flood in Halo. Oh my god.
You had to say that. You had to fucking say that 5-letter word I forgot about.
Topical. Space Force.
Space aliens. Let's go, guys.
Yes, I saw a picture on Facebook where a guy said Space ISIS, and then the picture directly below it was grunts holding 2 plasma grenades running at you.
I was drinking soda, you asshole. That is carbonated. That hurts when it comes out of your nose. Oh, that's awful. I love it, though. Yeah, I don't know. Any other games that you guys have been keeping an eye on then up to this point in time? Anything recent that you've been following? Not even necessarily hyped for, but following even?
If you need another laugh, just Google Space ISIS. I won't even bother sharing these pictures. They're too good.
Okay, I'm gonna Google Space ISIS, look for the next available game.
Oh dear.
Do it. I'm just gonna do it.
2019.
I will say, I think maybe mod-wise, I've kind of been getting back into Skyrim. Been taking a look at 2 mods. One's the Forgotten City, which I've been hearing a lot about. And another one, I have not yet played Beyond Skyrim Bruma yet, and I think they've recently released their teaser trailer for Kavach.
If you
That
do-
Bruma one is that massive community endeavor, right? That took like years. Is that the? Am I thinking of the right one?
Yeah, it has taken a lot of effort to make something like that. Yeah,
don't
that might
touch
be
the
it.
special edition.
Ah,
Yeah,
what?
I think-
It looks good.
Do not. It will burn your fingertips off.
No, literally, the latest update they sent out for the special edition just makes it crash randomly. So I'm
What?
stuck in a house and I can't go through a loading screen because it will fail the loading screen and crash the desktop.
Chris, is it because you touched it? Is that why? Because everything that you touch mechanically fucking dies. In fact, I blame you for my crash on Gary's mod last night. I blame you.
What the fuck? I wasn't even there.
Now, you saw on the picture exactly why it crashed. I had about 2,000 grenades at my feet, and I shot it with a rocket launcher. That's why Gary's mod crashed.
No, I didn't.
I mean, if you see the picture on the fucking Discord right now, it's still there. The Half-Life 2 has
other-
stopped working.
Oh, please. Come back when you get the teleprogrammer, you crash the game.
That is true. He did do this. It actually told him to find a programmer. It's pretty good.
I have my picture somewhere.
You have a lot of good pictures of your stupidity with trying to fucking just do stupid things. In
I'm still
games.
listening, but I'm going to be looking for that now.
Ugh. I don't even want to talk about our Minecraft days with this fucking hooligan. Good lord.
The Minecraft. That's one game that I was in when it was like on the beta servers, and like it wasn't even a launched game yet. I was friends with a bunch of buddies that had, yeah, just they were for BlackBerry, and so they set up a server, and it was like it was okay, but it wasn't launched yet. And I was like, I don't care. I
There
kind
you
of saw
go.
the game, but then it blew up on YouTube. I was like, oh goddamn, look at this game, huh?
Yeah. No, I played that. I think we actually literally were just talking about this, by the way, in the Dig or Die video. I think we were just talking about this, but I played in, I think, 1.7 the first time that I got that game. It was before Hunger and all of that shit was in there. Arrows actually fucking fell out of the sky 10 feet in front of your fucking face. That was fun. Thank God that you can, like, hold in the button now to be able to shoot farther. Did I just dip out there for a bit?
You did.
Of
Just
course
a
I did.
little.
Just a little bit, yeah.
Too many. Wow.
What does it show me for fucking CPU usage right now? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. So it isn't CPU anyway. Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea.
Oh shit, what button did I just hit?
Oh, good. What a test session.
We all have a Steam account, right? Like, I know you and... Yeah, we would all have to have one then, I imagine.
Excuse me.
Eh.
I think next time I'm just gonna try calling through Steam, see if it's Discord, but weirdly, like, I record fucking all the time doing this right here with X in Dig or Die, and it works totally fine. I don't know why it's a fucking problem now, but...
2-3 hours. Mm-hmm. Right?
But it
The
makes
whole
me
time,
wonder.
right?
Yeah, because it makes me wonder though, because like
Yeah.
I always seem to have like weird fluctuations in Discord for some reason whenever I'm recording. This has been happening since the dawn of time. You can ask Chris about that shit.
I think it's just a Discord thing.
I wouldn't be surprised. It might be like a Discord and OBS like thing where they're just really weird and they fucking like kind of cancel each other out or something. I don't fucking know anymore.
A message on mine maybe yesterday or 2 days ago where they did run and there's like a new update or something. Wasn't it like I think I had to reboot it or something and force an update? I mean, you rebooted your machine though, so that
Yeah.
should have like. So don't know. No.
Yeah, that's weird. It doesn't seem to behave like a connection thing, though. That's... I mean, obviously, there's nothing outputting from my machine. You guys cannot hear me. There is no stream outputs that I see on screen here. But it doesn't behave the same way that it would if you had, like, a disconnection from the internet or, like, a throttling, necessarily. Because if it throttled, it wouldn't go from 2,000 kilobytes per second to fucking nothing. And I can hear you guys fine in the process. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it wouldn't be... It would be reciprocated in the same way if it was a connection-based thing. I wouldn't hear you, you wouldn't hear me. That's how that would work. I would see an actual spike in connection in the Discord, which I do see a little bit of a hiccup there, but it's nothing, like, crazy that I was seeing with, like, the graph earlier. So I don't know what that's all about. I've never seen anything like that.
I was having that the other day, actually.
With
And
what?
I had the Task Manager performance screen up the entire time, and it was jumping between receive in, like, multiple megabytes to 8 kilobytes.
What is your
I
ISP?
actually had to restart the entire modem and router.
You have the same ISP as me, right? Comcast?
Oh, yeah. I think it's just the area. But I restarted the modem, and we were fine, so...
I don't know, I've been having a lot of fucking problems with my internet, though, recently, too, with the modem and all this other shit. Then there's all that stuff where I'm, like, thinking about back before, where there are all those Russian hackers that apparently threw a bunch of fucking viruses on everybody's routers and shit.
Jesus.
Apparently
So
it was
you're
only,
u-
like, older stuff, though, but...
And it's not your user settings in Discord, is it? Like the what's it called? So if you click on the user setting gear, and then go to voice and video, I had an issue in the past where I would cut in and out during the Borderland 2 plays, or Borderland 1 plays, and it was my input sensitivity. So I had to reduce that, and then
Oh
I
no,
started
my
to not
sensitivity
cut
is
out.
fine. I fixed that one a while ago. That was when we were having our dig or die issues, too.
Yeah, oh yeah, I mean, we had the big one, that's right, during the early run.
I
went
think
to
it's a
negative 40.
Discord-based thing. I don't really like Steam because I can't, like, modify people's volumes and shit necessarily when I'm outside of Discord versus on Steam. But, I mean, if one works and one does not, I don't have much of a fucking option at that point.
Yeah, no, with Steam you get what you get.
Pretty much. I would have to test volume on it, but again, I think I'm just going to try that one, though, for the next time. This kind of was a flop to begin with anyway, because I couldn't get in touch with Holly earlier. I guess she overslept because she works crazy hours in the fucking medical industry. So that should explain everything that you need to know right there, and had not fucking slept at all today. So she was like, I'll take a nap. I never got anything back. So I don't blame her.
I think maybe just give it, I don't know, I would just try it again with Discord, like if we do this again, just to see if it corrects itself before switching technologies. Like hopefully it corrects itself.
What do you mean?
Hold on, guys, you could Google Hangout.
Right. Oh god.
That's what, yeah, I use with other folks. But what I mean is like give Discord, like if it's a bug on the Discord side, like just wait to see if there's an update that happens by the next time you do one of these, and then see if the problem goes away on your end.
I gotcha. Because, like, it's weird. I'm still getting the same thing when I'm recording right now, too, versus the stream. Like, I mean, I just dipped earlier where you guys couldn't hear me. But I wasn't hearing you either, so I don't know if that has any relevance, frankly.
What else do
Yeah.
But I do not know.
Tonight, just to see if there's any bugs or something going on, but
Ugh, gross.
you animal?
I don't know what you're talking about.
posts here about audio drops in Discord, so maybe there's something in one of these that will flag something for you.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to
walk
figure
through
it out.
them,
I'm
so-
still not 100% sure even. Bitrate, by the way, does not actually affect audio, does it? Because I don't think it does.
I mean, yeah, it will if
Not
it
really.
I think bitrate.
like on output, but not on.
Yeah, because I think the audio encoding is something entirely different, which is right underneath this, which I am looking at now. I can choose MP3 or AAC codec with apparently 48k hertz is the default. I can even upscale the bitrate on the audio encoding if I wanted it to make it sound even more crisp. But why would I do that on a fucking blue snowball? Don't get me wrong, my microphone's nice, but it's not that nice. But yeah, I'm gonna need to figure something out for the next time I do this to see if I can... If that even fucking happens the next time. It might even just be a weird ISP thing for me today. Who knows?
I'm checking out the Reddit page, so I mean, there's definitely like options here for you to just check out.
Mm.
Yeah. So.
What the fuck? Oh.
I'll have to take a look at the footage too, to see like what that's looking like from the other end. Speaking of which, let me go down to my channel here so I can fucking turn those into private. Assuming that it's popped up, that is.
Always assuming.
Mm-hmm. But of course.
I fixed, got a Overwatch form here where it happened, and in brackets fixed. So let's see.
In brackets fixed.
Someone solved something. Let's see if it's useful.
Actually, no, you said in brackets, not quotes. Damn it. That would have been funnier. Feels like a fucking quotation mark. It is fixed.
Right. F.
Fixed like that PUBG netcode, am I right? Oh! Anyway. That's a joke, because they haven't done shit to fix the netcode on it.
Okay.
Chris is like, I care about PUBG. Why?
I've ever launched, nor will I.
Well, literally, that's it. Like, I never watched a single second of it.
I haven't even watched it. You're right. Yeah, just not sure what the brand appeal is. I mean, I mean, we're talking
cancer.
Brand appeal at this point, but it's like shit. Why? Like, there's so many other games out there, and
it's cancer. It's a bad game. It's
fuck.
fucking just awfully optimized. It's so unbelievably fucking hyped. There's just not much there. There just isn't.
Oh. I was digging through my old screenshots to try and find something really stupid to derail you all by putting it in the chat, and I found my title on the test server for that MMO I played was Screwball.
I remember that, yeah.
Sorry.
Do I still have that? I do. Oh my god. I hope it stays in GIF form. Nope. Damn it all. No, actually it does, but you have to play the GIF. I think.
and
Nope.
No,
Doesn't
I made
play.
it bigger and it still doesn't
there you
play.
are.
No, it doesn't. It's a clever Doki Doki Literature Club thing. Don't worry about it.
Yes, yes. Oh my god, I still haven't worked my way through that. Oof.
It loads up to like 90% on the loading bar right there, and then she tries to drag it off to the side and instead just hugs the screen.
Oh, jeez.
I've got a lot of shit in here because I actually did a silent sit down for Doki Doki Literature Club fucking forever ago. And I have a bunch of Doki Doki Literature Club pictures still in my temporary for edits folder.
Your sit down is what you just you talked about it after the fact, or
Yeah,
just,
I wish I did more, but and that's I'm gonna be working on a couple more of them though. But yeah, silent sit down is just a thing I came up with a while ago where I didn't want to call it a review because then people would be like fucking pissed off by something if they didn't like it or whatever, and I'm just like, no, it's not like I'm dictating what the game is. It's just more to give you an idea of what to look for in this game and just talk about it in depth. So I just talk about the fucking game and shit. From a gameplay aspect, from a this aspect, what it did good, what it did bad, you know, that shit. This is probably my life tonight.
You know what just happened? Trying to make
Nice.
What the f... That's my life too, right there. Both of them.
This looks insane. What is this?
It's just like a million mini nukes, it looks like.
They are. They are.
You know, it actually takes a very long time to pick up each and every one of those individually.
Oh my god. Please don't.
Because I just typed in, what the hell is it? Place by me 1000.
Good job. Good job.
Later iterations were add to inventory, but you know. That entire zone had an FPS of 2.
I believe it. A grand total of, let me break out the abacus, 2.
That's amazing.
Ryzen 7 with a 1080, and it was 2.
Imagine the FPS once you detonate all those at once.
Oh my god.
No, that's just a crash. That's what that is.
You
That's a
can't
crash.
detonate. You can't detonate the loose ones. Not those ones.
Actually, I take it back. This is me. This is me tonight, but to like my PC. Not to you guys. You guys are great.
That was me at work today. Fuck Kalia.
Yes.
I got one for every occasion.
Except for Tim. Tim doesn't give a shit. Love that picture so much. Oh man.
Really good.
That was Chris, like all his life.
No, that was me today after work. I was walking across the street to get the mail. As I'm turning around from the mailbox, I just hear some shitty engine, like, revving. He's coming around the corner, so I walked very slow across the street, made him stop.
Yes. Beautiful.
Like, get your fucking S2000 out of my street, you fucking little nerd.
Jeez.
Yeah. There are a lot of stupid drivers here. A lot of stupid drivers everywhere, but especially fucking here.
It's an epidemic.
Oh, yeah, speaking of stupid drivers, I had my fun time yesterday. Watched a driver cut right in front of me.
That man knows what's up.
Watched a driver of a car cut right in front of me, and I'm driving on this like a highway, and there's like a stretch of there's a long stretch of lawn right in the middle between me and the oncoming lane.
Hmm.
Yeah, the median.
I think
Go on.
I think he cut there.
No, yeah, he did.
Everybody.
Oh, did I cut?
Yeah,
Oh,
you're
yeah.
back.
Oh, okay. But yeah,
What was that about?
I don't know if we hear my story about the driver in front of me, but watched him cut in front of me, go into a stretch of lawn that's on my left side, and then cut right in front of the car that's in front of me, and then just kept going. I was just like, well, that's one way to do it.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean it is if you're a fucking asshole, but yeah.
There's a cop when you need one.
Never around, actually, when you need him. But
No,
he'll
until that-
surely be there the time that you decide to run a red light because it's been a long fucking day and you want to just get home.
Or just even like a rolling stop, you know what I mean? Yeah. Or you know it, you got a $400 ticket. And you're like, what the fuck, man? That was an automatic car. What do you expect? I
Or
just
better yet, illegal lane change, failure to use turn signal.
Oh, damn, that's when I'm driving home drunk. Am I right? No.
Oh
I'm not
god,
we're not
bad
recording
influence.
anymore, right? Jeez.
But yeah, nah, that's a thing. Unfortunately, I have definitely been nearly hit more than I care to admit to walking home from stupid people, mostly by people turning right on red lights. I don't know what the fuck that is. It's like, bro, you, 1, don't have the right of way, 2, do not have a fucking green light. Why do I need to die over that? Like,
It
the
kind
fuck?
of gets worse when you start actually driving.
Oh, I bet.
You'll get the person from out of state who goes all the way into the far left lane, but they want the highway on-ramp that's 10 feet in
Oh
front of
my
them on the right
God.
side.
X, this is my default pictures folder right here. Dear God.
It
Give
should be
me
good.
1 second. Apparently I have it all going into my temp for edits. This is our LP we've been working on forever, by the way, to put you guys in the loop. This is my images folder right now. That's every fucking thumbnail still there.
You...
Times.
That is something.
Yeah.
I'm
It's
about to start
actually
a
gotten to a point where I load up the original, the base for it. I type in, do a 400-point font and sans for that number, and I can drag it right to where it needs to. I go ahead and compare, just to make sure that it's not askew or something, because I'm a fucking perfectionist that way. And it's flawlessly put there, because I've done it so many damn times now, it's just muscle memory.
about to start a brutal run of this game. See how that goes. But
Good luck, my friend.
I loaded the one of the variants of the game now, which is a one of the versions that you can just, it's like a base building game or however it's labeled. So I'm like, what, isn't that what the game is normally? So I was like, okay, well, let's try this. And then I made a run for the chasm, and then I jumped in thinking I was just gonna escape to get to the water and like work. No, there was no chasm. There was a chasm, but there was an ending of rock at the end of it. It wasn't like an endless chasm reaching the subterranean ocean. It's just a pit. It's just a pit of rock.
It was just a pit of death.
So I'm not redoing this because I was a couple days in. I'm like, nah, we're done. Close.
It's like, when was my last auto so...
I mean, it auto saves every day, but I remember trying to do an Iron Man run for that one forever ago. I don't remember why I didn't do that one. Did I have to wipe my hard drive or something back at the time? I think my hard drive. I think that was the time where I had to get a new hard drive for my computer.
Maybe. I mean, you were doing a Iron Man for quite a few episodes and getting pretty salty about shit because you kept dying at one point.
Like,
and then everything just sort of dried up.
Yeah. Oh, it was awful. It was awful. It was fun, but it was awful.
Insane. Like, just turn up the autosaves, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So brutal, I think, is you get a quarter of your health. You're basically playing a game with 25 hit points instead of 100 or something like that. I know hard mode, I was running hard and it was 50 hit points instead of 100. Something. Mm-hmm. So we'll see how that pans out, man.
Yeah, we will definitely see, and I will be watching. I still gotta upload the last of our Dig or Die shit. I think I'm down to just that last hour-long recording that I have.
Yeah.
And then we're good to go. There's one more completed series there.
Leave it at the end of a playlist, man. It's my favorite thing to do, especially for the long series. I'm like, fuck yes.
Yeah.
I got a breather right now. Jesus. I was like, oh, that was a painful. That's an older. That's 2007, but it's just there's such bad game design in the first, I don't know, 2/3 of it are just super rough to get through, man. You can feel the age of the game, and I just wanted it done. By the last 2 chapters, I'm like, end this fucking thing. Like I like this, like I want the story. I want to experience the world of Witcher, like 2 and 3, you know. And 3 is supposed to be a monstrous, like the longest of all the games. That's why it's gonna be the last thing I ever touch, like next year. But because it's gonna be an endurance run, man. But that first game, man, to get through that, just to get the story elements, fuck me.
Yeah,
So
I
much
can
rage.
imagine.
That's why I'm trying to play the games in like order of chronology, like a release date. Is what I've been doing for the last 2.5 years, just because I know that like I don't want to have those frustrating moments after playing a really good game from the current era, you know. And then I gotta go back and play one of these, and I'm gonna drop it. I'm not gonna stick around. But you know,
That's okay. The more recent games are just a cesspool of fucking shit with an occasional fucking gold nugget on the bottom
Yeah,
of it
that
anyway,
helps.
so don't worry about it.
Oh man. What I'm starting to get the sense of,
Yeah.
the closer I get, is like there's a lot of time devoted to the most recent. Like there's games that have you spending a lot of time in it, but then it's like, what are you really like? What are you trying to achieve with these games? Like, can we just close things off and tell stories again? Can we just like these meandering? Like meandering is not an experience, you know. Like because I meander because I'm naturally a completist, so it's like it cripples
That,
someone.
and you're like
player
me
like
too. You have like that ADD mindset where you're
I do everything.
totally like, oh, shiny.
Yes.
So
Yes.
I feel that.
Easily distracted, man, and so those kinds of games just don't work out well for me, man.
Mm-hmm.
I get
Well,
frustrated.
that's why the
People love
indie
it.
market is
Games,
doing
it's just-
so well.
You can find that you can just shut it off. Like, what am I doing here? Why am I playing this? Like,
I can't do it, man.
For real.
So
Like,
it's
let me
sorry.
pop up Steam right now, like for example, right? Because I can't think of a really excessively good AAA game that came out that was like really good since The Witcher 3 right now. Honestly, in all honesty, because as much as I like Fallout 4, as much as a lot of people like Fallout 4, let's be honest, there's a lot of good reasons why people criticize the fuck out of Fallout 4.
yeah, that was one of those that I was so excited for. I waited like 2 or 3 years after it came out to really play it, and I was like, one playthrough, just started rushing through at the end and finished it, and I'm done.
Yep.
That's it.
Oh, man.
Bethesda's
Too
been
bad.
fucking pissing everybody off too lately with the whole
That's
fucking
too bad.
mods debacle thing and all that other. I've been watching a lot of my new thing I've been doing recently, guys, just to keep you in the loop with some of the things I've been bringing up to bring that to light. I've been watching a lot of like rant tubers talking about just bullshit in gaming recently. That's been like my new thing when I get home from work. So I've been keeping in touch with shit that I'm like, oh, that's what this person was bitching about on this Discord channel, I don't know, this long ago before. Yeah, that's bullshit.
How am I
'Cause
the
I don't
angry one if
follow
I get home
anything.
from work and watch Bob Ross painting videos?
New and trending.
Jesus.
Yeah.
And apparently
I
I'm
mean-
the other angry one here. Like,
I'm just looking through some new shit right now on Steam to come up with an example. Well, actually, tell you what, Vermintide didn't come out too terribly fucking long ago, did it?
nope.
No, I don't think so.
That's a great
It was,
example right there. Vermintide, like, the praise Vermintide got, man. Like, shit.
Oh. I got
It's
that in
not
a
really-
Humble Bundle or something like that, but
Yeah. Like, that's not necessarily an indie game, but it's not exactly AAA.
I think it probably got a boost from like Warhammer's been seen more on the mainstream now.
Yeah.
So like they slapped that title in front of it and people went, "Ooh, shiny!"
yeah.
Pretty much.
That world though, right? Vermintide?
Yeah, Vermintide 2 specifically is what it is. I'm pretty sure if you put in Verm in Steam right now, you'll see it pop up for, yeah, Warhammer Vermintide 2, $30.
Yeah, let's see.
It's basically Left 4 Dead, but with swords and shields. Something that I actually said would have been a really fun game to play a long time ago when I played Left 4 Dead. I was like, somebody needs to make a version of this, but like swords and shields and fantasy-based. And lo and behold, it comes out, and I'm just like, lies. I came up with this. They stole my idea.
It's in my Steam library. Warhammer End Times Vermintide. And it's
That might have been the first one. RimWorld is a pretty newer one, too, I think. RimWorld
And
is-
I enjoyed RimWorld. I was loving watching people play RimWorld. Is how it started, like maybe a summer ago, and then I just bought it because I started reading the guy's book about game design, and I was like, "Fuck, I gotta try this game, man." And you know what? You want like a game where you just casually just do things. I mean, it's all procedurally generated, and the stuff you do in the game turns into a bit of a narrative. Like that's kind of his thing, this designer's thing, is that he creates these randomized narrative moments, and he threads those random moments together in a way so that all the interactions you have in that kind of colony building simulation experience, the character little peons start to matter to you, because it's also kind of creating that story component, you know.
Yeah.
So it's just a different component to that kind of gameplay, and I enjoyed it, man. I haven't played it since because, again, I got super fucking addicted to the game, and I wasn't doing anything else. I'm like, I can't be doing this. Like, I gotta be like, I got these big games I gotta clear. Like, fuck off from. So now it's like one of those games I look at, and I'm like, I want to play that so bad. Like, it just released alpha, I think 2 weeks ago or something like that. 3? Yeah, I'm losing track of time, but I think it just went officially to 1.0 as well. And he's done making updates, and now it's all just the modding community.
Sounds
I recommend that
about
game, man.
Right. What is? I haven't looked at my wish list in forever. What do I even have in here?
Factorio guy too. Like you had Factorio going for a while, or
I do. I don't have anything in a series for Factorio because I didn't know how I could make that one interesting to watch, but I've streamed it.
It'd be hard.
yeah, a lot of random rumbling, like
There's
mumblings,
a
but
lot of shit. Like, I would need to be fucking really good at talking to make
Have
a
you played that
20-minute
game, either of
play
you
of
two?
Factorio be hilarious for somebody to watch. Like, I would need to be damn good at coming up with topics on the fly, and I'm just not. Not while I'm playing a game and actually caring.
Have either of you two played that game?
Factorio?
no.
Not you.
Uh,
Exit.
Oh yeah.
It's the 90% just sitting there staring at something, muttering to yourself, and then you go, I know how to do it. And then you fix it for like 5 minutes.
jeez.
And then you're sitting there staring at it again.
Trying to optimize, trying to
It's
find
like,
out how to optimize.
how am I going to make it so that I can get level 1 and level 2 science automated on a belt so it gets fed over to my labs? As you're sitting there for 10 minutes, I got it. Then you rearrange a couple of things, and then you realize you gotta fucking remove where your factories are, or there's other buildings are, in order to be able to do this, to get your tracks down. Or you do what I do, and you
you're
build
sitting
around
there,
them,
like,
you send
pointing
them
at the screen with
underground,
your
and then you
finger.
have, like, this fucking squirrel habit trail bullshit going on with all of the fucking tracks bringing everything around, and then Chris gets pissy because it fucks with his OCD. And then he changes it and moves everything around. Yeah, that's basically what he does. He's in Factorio specifically to clean up my messes. Like, I make it work and he optimizes it.
I'm sad now because I can't find the link to re-download the Killing Floor 2 soundtrack. I know I own it because I got the deluxe edition.
You like the Killing Floor 1 soundtrack a lot as well.
Oh, yeah. I have it on my phone. I listen to it at work in the morning.
Yeah. No, they have good shit. Then I realized that in order to open up OGG Vorbis files, all I needed was Audacity. So then I started opening up all of their sound files through that, and I was like, ha, I can use this later if I wanted to.
People try and talk to me at work in the morning. I just have headphones in. I'm like, how? What? Sorry.
I could not hear
Your
you.
ears just hear,
Jeez. Jeez.
Pretty much. What the fuck was the name of the band that did most of their music in the first game? Anyway, I forgot. What
Oh,
was that
there's
band?
so many.
Ah, shit. I fucking forgot. It was a good band, though.
Dirge.
Dirge. Yep, that's the one I'm thinking.
There's also Demon Hunter.
Of course. Oh, man. I'm just still looking back on it, and I'm like, wow, this whole recording session is bullshit. Like, it was bullshit. Everything's fine now, by the way. I haven't had a fucking problem in, like, a good half an hour. I've been looking at my
because you're not
bitrate.
streaming it now.
So, naturally. But, yeah. Any further topics that you gents have? Any questions, comments, concerns?
games at this point. Just trying to
Just taking a look at what's been newer.
shit to play.
Right.
Like the Humble Bundle indie packs are the ones that I generally get because, I mean, those are the ones I want to give time to. But then, man, it's just you get a lot of them, and you're like, well, fuck, I just want to put like, I don't know, 5 hours into some of these, you know. And like I'm trying to find something. Like, have you heard of Retro City Rampage? Like, have you seen that one?
No, I have not.
24 access card.
Educate
Rampage. Yeah, Retro City Rampage. It's like the developers basically grabbed all of the retro games from the 80s and maybe early 90s, threw them all in a blender, and then it's Retro City Rampage. So you see like callbacks to like if you played Nintendo back in the old days, if you played any of those early games, it's going to be a bunch of those references. Like you'll see like Frogger references. You'll see like I think I saw 20 minutes of play. Or the the video of it on Steam, you can see like the Frogger reference. I think there's something from like the old Punisher game. If you play that on PC, I mean, I'm probably going way back because I was a kid during that era. You guys probably weren't even born, so I don't know how this works out. But it's an ADD madness of retro games mashed up together. Is essentially the summary of this game.
Indeed.
What kind of games?
Then that's a game to look out for.
Is it sad that I've literally played like fucking 70-80% of this guy's list of good RPG horrors right now? Like, literally.
Wait, what?
I decided to look up fucking good RPG horror games, and I'm literally... I know all of them. Like, I know all of them in his list right here. It's ridiculous.
Oh.
Except he doesn't have Toilet in Wonderland in here, and shame on him.
I found it.
Which, by the way, I'm just going to point out right there, if you want a nice little silly but surprisingly horror-esque game, play Toilet in Wonderland. That shit is so fucking funny. Oh my god. You might need to mute a few things, though, if you care about possible copyright, though. Because I know that they used the Final Fantasy theme in there, which, you know, the most iconic fucking Final Fantasy theme ever, like the one that became the theme. And they also, I don't know if they actually have sound files or anything in it, though, but they definitely heavily reference Michael Jackson in there. So...
Oh, God.
Yeah, he's the dude that you're talked to when you first enter, oh, shit, what the hell is it called? I don't remember what the name of the area is, though, but, like, the whole point of the game, and yes, this is a horror game, too, by the way, is... Your character is constipated, so you need to go to these different worlds to find these toilets to be able to clear your constipation so you can take a poop again. It is so ridiculous. There's a whole Mario world that you have in there where Mario is just this murderous fucktard that's just... It's actually scary when you're in there, by the way, too. Like,
oh, Jesus.
I need to figure out what game this is from. I found the section of music in the Steam library thing, and there's just a section called Ambient and one called Are We Alone? What the fuck?
Wait a minute. Oh yeah, no, that's not what I have.
Yep.
Oh my God.
You can thank me later.
Ooh. Oh.
Yeah, a girl suffering from severe constipation finds herself exploring a mysterious wonderland full of toilets.
My God.
I'm out.
My God.
It's anime. I'm out.
It's beautiful. It is a great game, and it's surprisingly, like, kind of deep, even, too. Like, it's great.
Pot of gold at the end of the rainbow is a thing of laxatives.
What, did you look at the screenshots?
No.
RPG
That's just
Maker.
my assumption.
Nice. Apparently it was 4 years ago that it was made, too. Yeah, the
Although...
synopsis reads, Toilet in Wonderland is an adventure game where a constipated girl named Mira explores a toilet-filled wonderland inhabited with many wacky characters. This game was made for the annual VIP RPG Red and White 2010 Festival, an event where many VIP community members gathered together and create fun RPG Maker games for each other to play. In the end, all 100...
Go ahead. Giant thing is.
With the giant red thing?
Yeah.
With the weird thumb there?
On screenshots, there's just a giant, like, it looks kind of like a tongue.
Yeah, with a face?
Me.
That's father.
This is...
That's father. That's a character's father. I'll just say that. A character's father.
Yeah.
That's the guy that it actually plays the Final Fantasy theme for whenever he's on screen,
Constipation rate, 100%.
Yeah, there's a constipation meter in there, yep.
Nameless individual who takes... Well...
It's beautiful. It's so fucking worth it, dude. Like, it's even got completionist bonus in it, too.
If you can reach 0% constipation, you might get a different ending.
You do.
Fuck.
Games are something I'd like to start playing after all these RPGs are, like, these big RPGs are out of the way. Well, I'd like to get into a cycle of that community built.
Do it. Seriously.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be a great start into your RPG horror career.
The rabbit hole that is the RPG Maker community output. Oh my god. Site where I was like, there are so many. Like, thankfully the community will grade them and rate them, and you know which top 10 you can pick from and just go for it, But fuck, there's so many.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I got a lot of recommendations for good ones. If you ever need a good RPG horror, your good buddy Silence got them sitting right by. I got a bunch of them just waiting.
Nice.
So, there's a couple of really good basic ones to start out with. One of my ones that I would throw people for the most part to get them started up would be Mad Father. It's an easy one. That's a very easy one right there. Because that still looks great, even by today's standards. Well, I guess for an RPG horror, because it's still going to be pixelated.
Right. Relatively speaking, right.
Like, it doesn't look old and crappy, is my point. And not by choice of the art style, either, because that doesn't count. Yeah, we don't need to talk about Ao Oni, though. That one was fucking weird. Corpse Party probably has one of the best narratives that I've seen in an RPG horror before, but that one is just very fucking nihilistic as hell. It's like, there's a lot of these games that I've played and stories that I've seen where, like, they don't care at all. Like, they will totally kill off a character that you like, which I don't particularly care either way if they do that or not in a game, but, like, Corpse Party is bad, dude. Like, they fucking go above and beyond with creative character deaths about people that you really genuinely like and form an attachment to in the game. It's awful, dude. It is awful. It is not a game I would recommend for somebody that is very empathetic, because you will feel like shit by the end of that game.
Yeah. I can see that sort of making you feel like, what's the point? Like, you get, I mean, maybe that is the point, though, like, that they make that the point of the experience, maybe.
Well, I mean, it's also, like, I can give you another good example right there, is if you fucking play Doki Doki Literature Club. That's another great fucking example right there on what they do with that one. But at least Dan Salvato has a fucking payout at the end of it, though, where he knows the reasoning why fucking people are going to play through it anyways. They want to know why all of that awful shit is happening, and if they can stop it, it knows, hey, there's probably going to be another game. You need to go through literally fucking an hour and a half of data mining in base 64 to fucking figure it out. I'm not kidding. In base 64 to figure it out, but hey, there's going to be this other game in 2018. And 2 more.
Yeah, I ended up watching the what's it called, the game theory video. I finally broke down. I was like, I'm just gonna watch these and be done with it. Like, and holy shit, when you watch that second game theory video and it talks about all the hidden shit that is not, it's not, when we're saying hidden, it's not even just hidden Easter eggs in the gameplay of the game. It's hidden
in
deep
plain
mining
sight.
shit.
In plain sight too is the best part. Like in
But not
plain
obviously
fucking sight.
there, and then you gotta decipher it. You gotta like, oh my god.
Did you ever actually like see the game played through or no?
Watching it, I got to the point where things start to go south. So I got the sense of things.
The game
And then
gets very dark.
Yeah, very dark. Yeah,
Very dark indeed.
Say it just
Don't
in
Shit
case
Your
the other two
Pants is an
haven't
amazing
played it.
horror game, by the way. I've played it. That is an amazing horror game.
It's a brilliant execution. If it's legitimately a marketing strategy that's going under the radar, it's a crazy good idea, man. Because when that actual game comes out, its relevancy will kick in, and hopefully it pans out. The game is actually really good. I'm not going to play it because it'd be tremendously horrific, but I'll watch it.
How about that one? A Dump in the Dark? You ever seen that one?
Oh, what the fuck?
If we're talking about shit-themed fucking horror games, bro, I got a few on the back burner.
That's something.
It's out there.
You know what? With that, my blind diabetic dog is on the move, so I think I need to bounce and give him his needle. Give him his food and needle before he
Not a
bangs into
problem.
some shit. So yeah.
I think it'd probably be
Yeah.
a good time to close this anyway, though I've basically just been droning this whole time to try to have something to work with later on down the line, but thank you guys for joining me in this fucking
How is this?
atrocity.
How is this a Steam game?
A Dump in the Dark?
Oh god.
They'll make anything.
They will.
Well, thanks for having us.
Yeah, no problem, guys. Hopefully I'll be able to get something properly working next time, though, but I think I can figure something out with what I got here anyway, so
What is
I
this, a
will
pillow?
see you guys later then.
Man, talk to y'all soon, man.
Have a
Take
good
it
one.
easy.